me, people. It's your girl, Penny Blinks, the only Blinks in the globe. I have here my colleague, Ang, from Uganda. Akwaba, Ang.
Yanua.
Medasi say about Blinks show. So tell us more about Ang. Who is Ang?
Oh, that's a question. Who is that? I am, as you said, I'm a Ugandan Australian. I've come across for WAFCON for the first time. I've always wanted to come to WAFCON. I used to always watch it on TV, follow it on social media, and this year, for the first time, I had a little bit of a gap in my schedule, and I thought, I have to come.
You have to come.
I have to come.
Yeah.
And it's been so cool. I've been in women's football for 22 years. I've been shooting for 19 of those years.
Wow.
And I've been really lucky. I've been able to go to World Cups and Olympic Games and Asian Cups, and just being able to cover the awesome women that make up women's football in Australia, but also more globally. And I'm finally so glad to be able to do it for my African sisters.
Oh, thank you. I feel so blessed to have Ang here. Thank you very much for being here, Ang.
Thank you.
Okay, so Angel, match day 1 is over, and we've seen a lot of stories circulating. As a photographer, what story do you think the world is not talking about the most? And we should talk about the story, but it's not getting enough attention.
That's a really good question. I would say, the story that I think is probably not getting enough attention is the depth of the competition. I think it's been bits and pieces. So there's been lots of talk about Malawi, there's been talk about Tanzania, there's been talk about Zambia, but I think overall, I think it hasn't been talked about enough, the depth that has been across this competition, especially as this is the first time it's going to 16 teams. And sometimes when it goes to 16 teams or a competition expands, there's a worry that it could be we could have a lot of blowouts, and it could be uncompetitive in certain sections. And yes, there were a couple of strong performances in match day 1, but as we've kind of started the next set of matches, we have seen that there has been a change in terms of how close things are. So I think for me, it's the competitiveness and the strength across the whole competition hasn't been spoken about enough.
Okay, so as someone who has been covering a major tournament, the Asian Cup, the World Cup, the Olympic, a lot of what is the difference of covering the WAFCON of this year WAFCON versus the Asian Cup?
You know what? I don't think it's that different. I think it's football. And it's a continental championship. And I think those things remain the same. What is different is the feeling and the flavor. I mean, we're Africans. Like the celebrations are different. The dancing, I like the way, this is the thing I love. I love that the players know how to find the camera. I love that they go to the camera, that they dance and they celebrate. Those are the things that make the photos and the emotions that I find very different to the Asian Cup. I think Asia is very composed and controlled, but I love that WAFCON brings out African culture, whether it's in the fits for arrival or, like I said, I love how every team celebrates when they score, and that's been so cool. And I just love the joy when they celebrate. They celebrate as a team. They celebrate with interesting gestures, and as a photographer, that's what makes the photo, that emotion.
You share with us most of the emotions that you've been taking, like Barbara Banda will do like this, someone will do like this. We have to let our viewers see see those celebrations?
Yeah.
You have to share.
Oh, I will
with us.
definitely share.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you said, the feelings, WAFCON 2026 is it feels bigger than the years before. So, what has changed for the past 2 to 3 years? What is the difference? What is the change in WAFCON 2026?
For me, the change is the quality of football and the quality of players.
Okay.
I think with so many African players exporting their talents to the world, that training, that system, those experiences are now coming back to WAFCON. And so you can see it in the quality of the play. You can see it in the patience and build-up. You can see it in how they are working each other out and trying each other out. And you can see it in how the smaller nations are taking it up to former champions, because that gap now is not as big, because so many of these teams now have players from all around the world, and so they're getting that quality training, they're getting that quality tactical experience and education, and it's so cool to actually see it coming alive in the tournament so far in the first couple of match days.
Okay, so our next question is, as a photographer that you're at the touchline, so from your view, how can African media do a better job telling WAFCON story to the global audience?
I think ultimately, I think they are doing a good job. I think the difference, I have to say, is it's just a younger media. Like it's newer. But from what I've seen on the touchline, so many people have come across from their own countries, whether it's the Gambia or Nigeria, where it's Cote d'Ivoire, met couples, some from South Africa, you and the gang from Ghana as well. There's so many people who are paying their own way. They are putting their time, they're putting their energy into covering this tournament. And it's been so cool to not only see, but the way you guys have all embraced me as part of it as well. That's made this tournament so joyful. It's just younger. And I applaud all of you, and I can't wait to see all of you continue to grow in this. You're not doing it any different, and you're doing it just as well as everybody else around the world. And so it's just continuing to do what you guys are all doing, which is talking about it, putting out the content, putting out the imagery, telling the stories. And as these players get bigger and bigger, which they are starting to do so, you guys are also going to come along with it as well, and be the ones who have told the stories from the beginning.
So our last question will be like, how do you think WAFCON 2026 will impact the next generation of footballers and sports photographers across Africa?
Man, as they always say, you can't be what you can't see.
Oh, okay.
You can't be what you can't see.
Of course.
And so when we see more, and when we see images of women, all different types of women, all different types of expression, when we see that, a little girl in the next generation is going to look at herself and see somebody that looks like her, somebody that plays like her, has got the same hair as her, talks like her, has the same experiences of her, and she's going to go, you know what, I can be her too.
I can be here too.
I can be her too.
Yes, I can be here too. Thank you very much, Anne.
Thank
you for being here. Once again, my name is Peniel Blinks, the only Blinks in the globe.